What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new series on the Far Cry 5 editor, a brand new level. It is just about that time. We've taken a little hiatus, I guess you could say. Honestly, a little shorter than I anticipated. I kind of got inspired pretty quickly to make this new one. Um, and we'll get into a little bit of the reason why. But for starters, I mean, this is it. This is a new level, new series, and obviously a brand new format. So I decided to just do away with the whole speed builds thing, and instead I've just changed my channel name to be just Minty, and we're just gonna be doing basically like a almost like a live stream, I guess, like just like a gameplay. Um, no speed building. You guys will see it from scratch. All my ideas, as they come, with my commentary. Because I just think this is a better format for the series. I think this is more engaging, more fun, for me and you. So, yeah. So new map. Oh my god. My window just fell. Well, my my curtains from my window just fell. That scared the hell out of me. Okay, we'll just ignore that. But to start off, we're gonna be choosing our mission objective and our terrain type. So obviously, mission objective. Well, not obvious because last time I picked bounty hunt. This is going to be a journey map. I think, at least for now. That could change when we start doing AI and stuff. But for now, I think I really want this to be not so much of a AI based level. I want this to be more of an exploration kind of level. So for that reason, I want to put it as journey. In the terrain type, obviously we're gonna go with empty because I don't like having the um, those like preset textures and all that stuff. I like building it out on my own, and we're just gonna go ahead and click OK, and bam, we are in. So let's go. Let's get started. Funnily enough, I've already actually done this. Like I started recording like yesterday or the day before. I finished it. I started editing it as the first episode, and I realized that I hated what I had done so far. So basically, that last episode, I had made this super mountainous, and I realized like that's kind of what I hated about my last level, at least like in the workflow kind of way. Um, I hated the fact that I had to just put down so many rocks. And so for that reason, I literally deleted it and we're starting fresh again. This time with a brand new mindset. So basically last time what I did was I just did this for the most part. I literally just went in here. Um, and I literally just went like this and then made a bunch of mountains and stuff like that. But I don't want to do that this time. Definitely want to just keep this one. I want to keep it more flat, because for starters, I feel like it'll be a little bit of a challenge, right? I never really made like a flat map. I've always either done like, well, I guess I've done islands and stuff, but I feel like I don't know. I don't think I've ever done what I'm about to do right now. So essentially, first step is we are going to, where is it? There it is. Okay, we're gonna get the water. We're gonna put this water level up to 70. Um, and that'll put it there, and we'll make the ocean appearance blue. Perfect. See, now we have a little. Now it's looking less like a level and more like a world. And then we want to show the map limits so that we know where we're, like we know what we're doing. Otherwise, I just don't know where I am. Oh, I forgot that you can't even see the. Okay, there they are. Okay, bam. So, my idea was basically that I wanted it to basically start off like high up, like almost like that, right? And basically lead down into a regular area, like almost like a beachfront kind of. Like I wanted it to be, you start in this like mountainous area and you make your way down to like the ocean. And I think this basically allows us to be kind of creative, because then we don't have to worry about like because basically last time the biggest problem was I had no space. When I started the episode like 2 days ago, I basically put mountains all around, and that only left me with basically one tiny little area in the middle. And the whole episode I was sitting there like, man, but we don't have space, we don't have space. So this kind of solves that problem, because we basically get this basically half the map to work with, for what we want to do. And obviously this looks like garbage right now, but it's just brush strokes really. This is kind of how I like to work. It's basically like doing sketches, you know, in a traditional drawing sense. So I want there to be one big mountain. This is like the mountain, right? And we want to come off of that. So I kind of want to come up here and make this the peak. There you go, something like that. And I think it's a little too tall. Like something like that is a little better, I think. And then we're gonna go ahead and get the smooth tool. And yeah, I should have expected the smooth tool to be basically useless at this point. Honestly. All right, it's fine. We'll get the bump tool. We'll increase the speed. Well, you know, put it like right in the middle. Honestly, get it there, and raise this peak up like so. And then we basically just have to make it a mountain that looks like a mountain. So we need to make like erosion kind of. We'll make it more like a pyramid basically. But we could be creative with it. Like I like having like the fact that there's like two peaks here is actually kind of nice. So I'll keep that going, and we'll have it more like this. Increase the height over here as well. I'll take care of that a little bit. And I don't like the fact that there's like 3 little bumps here, so we'll take those off as well. And we'll go along these lines. What would you call these? Like contour lines? I'm not sure if that's the right word. I've never been a true artist in that way. I pretty much failed all my art classes for the most part. I had this one teacher that like, she basically hated me because I would literally only ever make landscapes, because that's like all I was ever good at. Like we would have like portraits and stuff, and there were some assignments that I would do because we literally had to do them for a grade. But whenever it was like up to our minds content, I would literally just always make a landscape drawing. And I feel like I'm honestly pretty good at like doodling like trees and mountains, like very Bob Ross-esque drawings, but like anything else I'm like super bad at. So yeah, that one art teacher just like despised me because I would literally always build or draw the same exact thing pretty much, and she'd be like, damn, another another landscape. I'm like, yeah man, that's all I got, bro. That's all I got in the tank, man, pretty much. So I guess that's why, you know, I mean, it basically led me to where I am now. Like this is what I really enjoy doing. Like building mountains and like making nature is just so much fun for me, and it's like perfect for what I'm trying to do as a career. Like if I could do this, what I'm doing basically right now, for like a video game studio, like that's literally my dream come true. So I would be that is pretty exciting for me. So I think this, I mean, you guys have to admit that looks like a mountain. Am I wrong or am I right? Like, come on. So if we look at it like this, we could start coming out with where we want things to be pretty much. We gotta raise this out of like the pits of hell because there's like crazy. There you go, something like that. We basically want this mountain to be more of a backdrop than a like place that we're actually playing on. The one thing I am worried about looking at it right now is that once again I've left myself with like no space because I kind of wanted it to look very realistic. Um, so because of that, there's like not a whole lot of space for me to really do anything with. Let's just yeah, I mean, I shouldn't even worry about that area back there because I don't think you'd be able to see it. But it's fine because genuinely speaking, we could start like somewhere like right here. Okay, see, like I kind of like this route, right? Already I'm seeing the vision. We could basically start like right here. This is where the plane crash is, and we could work our way down. And we can have like fields and like rolling hills down here. Yeah. Honestly, I kind of like that idea. I kind of wanted it to be more like I don't know how to pronounce this word, like fjords. Fjords, I think is how you pronounce it. Basically like that environment where there's like rivers that come into mountains. It looks like this, very common in like Greenland and like Switzerland. Um, I'm pretty sure you pronounce it as fjords, but I could be very wrong, honestly. And I kind of want it to be something like that. Yeah, something like that looks pretty good to me. I don't know. Maybe I should take out this mountain. I feel like you need this though, just so that there's like a break of sight. Because if we come in like through here, and then there's also this problem here that there's like you're really close to the edge. Although if we make it kind of linear as a level, then we won't have to worry about that because we can just kind of block it with invisible walls and trees and whatnot. But we could probably just raise it up a little bit just in case. And then we could push this down a little bit just so that there's more room to breathe. And then basically, yeah, we can just work our way down here. And I think having a mountain here really helps sell like the view. It gives it some more like I really don't know how to describe it. Like it just breaks the line of sight because I feel like if you saw the ocean right there, the map would seem smaller than it is. But having this here with like trees on top of it and stuff, it makes you think like when you're on the ground level, it'll make you think that you're still traversing like these lands basically. So obviously we're looking at checkerboards right now, so I'm not sure if you guys are really following along with what I'm seeing, but as soon as we add in the texture and stuff, you guys will get the idea, I think. So yeah, we basically will come out through here. I really want there to be fields. Like I've already mentioned like 7 times on this on this one video, but I genuinely want there to be like some sort of vista of fields. Like that's kind of like the picture I have in my head right now. So to make that happen, we got to work on the terrain a little bit more because we can't have it too mountainous, otherwise most of this is just going to be rocks and we won't even have the field. So we got to lower the terrain here. That's still so fast. The flatten tool, like look, I'm at a 0.6 and look how fast that is. It is crazy. Like if this is 0.6, then 100 is basically, it's just too fast. It's just too fast. So we gotta flatten this area a little bit. I mean, I'm not trying to make it like beach levels, because at the end of the day, like fjords, I hate the fact that I almost know for certain that I'm saying that wrong. And I have to keep saying it because that's literally what I'm trying to build here. But I don't think those usually appear as like beaches. I feel like usually it's like cliffs on the outskirts of them, but I think that looks fine. So we'll just lower this down a little bit, And basically want this to be a little lower overall. Something like that, yeah. Bam. And these could be the fields right here. Now, if we're coming in from the left side, if we're coming in from over here, we like traverse, like, I'm thinking like a forest to start. You come in through like a forest and you make your way through a forest, and then you eventually come out to see like this vista of like fields. So if we spawn in on this direction, you'll probably end up coming around this area. And already I could see that we're gonna need more height. So we gotta follow the terrain here and give this a little bit more height as well. That way, when you come out, you can actually get a good look at it. And I think this will be very cool to look at. And then what we could do is we could have another area back here. Now, where would it end is my question. Like, should we just get on another boat and leave? Honestly, getting on a boat is probably the best play. And if that's the case, then maybe we shouldn't have... well, the problem is if we have a boat as our way out of here, then that means that the end of the level would be like here, you know? Which means that we wouldn't really be able to utilize this space, which would kind of suck, not gonna lie. Now another option would be to like cut this in half by having these terrain come up here, and then this would be the field, and you would have to come around this way to get to like the ending. That honestly could work as an idea, but then we're doing that thing again where like we just kind of dividing our play space, and there's just not a lot of room for an open. I think we'll just keep it like this for now. And I kind of like having this cliff here. I think this already looks pretty nice, so we'll just we'll play along with this terrain, and we'll make it a little bit more believable, I guess, like so. And I like the fact that it kind of piles off into this little thing right here. I think that looks nice. All right, perfect. Basically, yeah. And then we can just get a boat or something, and I think that'll be how we end the... Or we can make it like a helicopter. I don't know. Honestly, it's not that important. Like, it's one of those things that I'm kind of paying attention to. But really, we literally just started this level, and I'm talking about how it ends. So yeah, our playable space is basically going to be like this kind of area right here, which is kind of small, but also kind of breathable as well. Honestly, it's not terrible. The other problem is that if we come over here, well, I guess as long as it's detailed enough, then it won't really matter. What we can do is just make it look a little better by increasing the terrain this way, just so that there's another breaking of the line of sight, because then players will be able to like tell that they're on a floating square. So yeah, we have it like that, and this can just continue on this way like so, and we basically could just cut down these little hills right here and then increase the size and push it all up one, something like that. And then those could work their way back up to here. And this could be basically a secondary little peak, and bam and bam and done. See? All right, that looks a lot better. And then we can just cut down this one to give it some more depth. Yeah, something like that. Something along these lines. Perfect. Okay. I think that looks pretty good, honestly. I feel like that looks like a nice mountain to look at, and what we will do is we'll flatten around the area that we're going to be building on. so that we know what we're doing. And it looks like it's a lot smaller than it is. Like once I add in the textures and put down a building, you'll see that this is actually like really decent amount of space. And I actually really like this a lot. Like I like this a lot better than what I was working with the last time I tried doing this. Like already this feels like way more accommodating. Like I can actually really do something here, which I do like and I appreciate. So we'll just do that. And we'll make this look a little better by increasing these guys right here, adding some depth on those. And you guys will be hearing my mouse a lot, not gonna lie. I have a very cheap, like $5 mouse I got from Best Buy. So there's like a lot of clicking going on. So I apologize if that's annoying. I'm still not I'm not paying for CapCut Pro, so you're gonna have to deal with it because I can't really noise cancel it. But we just gotta. It's early YouTuber things. This will change. This will change over time, I believe. And basically, we're just gonna smooth this out. Give it some smoothing, and then basically you'll come out right here. And because of that, we kind of want it to be more of an open view, something like that. And then with the mountain and the trees and like fields and stuff, honestly, I'm seeing the vision, guys. I am seeing the vision. We're just gonna want to lower that down so that it's a little bit better. Because basically, I want them to start as soon as you walk out of here. Basically be like a path almost that'll be walking around here, and it will be like an abandoned village or something. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, like the whole setting basically is not going to be civilized, so there's not going to be anything here pretty much. I want it to be very abandoned and very I don't know, like eerie kind of. And that's why we're going to start with the lighting. Well, one last thing we need to do is actually add the erosion. And we'll go with distortion pretty high. And what this will do is just give it a more of a realistic touch. It adds some depth to the mountain. As you can see, gives it some texture. Some much needed texture, and I think that looks great. Honestly, I am very happy with how that turned out. That looks like a mountain. Bam. I think we could go ahead and keep it like that. That looks good. That looks good. Hey, okay, guys. I mean, come on. That's a mountain right there for sure. All right, so moving on. The next things we need to do is set up our foundation. So let's go to, I guess we'll start with the texture. Now, I'm going for basically a brown and dead and eerie and very gray blues and greens kind of vibe. So with that with like this, I feel is a little too brown. Like that's a little too brown in my opinion. So we can change that. Let's see if we can get like a, and that, I mean, that is kind of what I'm going for. I also want it to be very, like, I want it to be kind of snowy as well. Like, I kind of want an autumn kind of look to it. Like, this is actually kind of what I'm looking for. honestly, this is basically what I'm looking for here. Like this kind of color. And we're gonna go with a snow biome. And if we're going with a snow biome, then we need cliffs that look like okay, what we could do is let's find the snow rocks and then match the color, because that really helps sell the idea. So we go to rocks and we go to snow. The problem with the snow rocks is that they have snow on them, and like that means that we really have to like bake it snowy, basically, which is not exactly ideal. Because I was thinking more along the lines of like an autumn, but generally speaking, there's really no. Damn, I could have sworn there was like a really big version of this rock. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking of right here. See, like, this means like there's just snow here, you know? But I mean, it's not that important, you know? I think people could really like suspend their disbelief for the most part. And I think it would look really cool. So we're just gonna go with that, I think, because all the other rocks are too small. And I hate dealing with them. So like, let me look at it one more time just to make sure, because really besides the snow ones, like the mountain is just very like orangey. Intermountain is literally the same exact thing. I honestly don't even know why they're two separate. I don't even know why they're two separate things. Himalayan is just green. Generic, it's literally the same. Like quite literally the same thing. Desert is just not what we're doing. Coastal. Yeah, I mean the coastal textures are just ugly. They're big, but they're ugly. I mean, that's not that bad actually. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Like, that just doesn't look appealing to me. And the Alpine are green and gray. I think snow is just the way to go. But we're gonna delete this. This is basically just so that we could look at the damn, hold on. Just gotta make sure. Okay, yeah. The color of the texture. And we're basically gonna get this into like a black rock cliff black. Is that what we're looking for? Let's see. You see that adds like a green to it. Not a fan of that. Dirt dark. That kind of looks good. That's a little too bright. Not burnt. Definitely not that one. Rock dark 3. You know, that's actually pretty on point. And if we just mix that with the snow, it'll actually look pretty good. So now we can delete this. Go here, get this one, cover it up again. And then what we do is we go over here and we put on the brush constraints and we put the maximum altitude is fine. And we put the minimum slope at 32 degrees. I think that's like the sweet spot. And now we color this black. And that gives it some nice texture. For whatever reason, it's just not. There we go. All right. See, this looks kind of cool. This looks cool already. And basically, we're gonna mix that in with some snow. So we gotta get the snow texture. Let's just do this one for now. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. We're gonna have to add the texture. Go to rock snow. And now we are going to use the brush constraints again. And the minimum altitude needs to be at least 100. And the minimum slope 0. Well, no, not 0. Honestly, I don't even know how to do this. Honestly, the maximum slope, I always get these confused. The maximum slope that you could paint on needs to be 20. Let's see if that's doing what I think it's gonna do. Yeah, something like this. Something along these lines. Yeah. And then we'll come over here and we'll do this to 85. And basically pepper it around. And let's increase the slope again a little bit, like 30. See, I like that, but it's a little bit too much. Well, I guess we'll just come in and paint over it. So I guess in that case that we could just come up and increase it again. Because I want it to look, yeah, like that. Now that looks good. That looks good. That looks like what I'm trying to go for here. Perfect. And we can go to 60 up here and just kind of litter it around these cliffs, just so that they look a little better. I think 50 is the golden ratio there. All right, now we turn off the brush constraints again, and we just come in and refine it a little bit, you know. Basically just like that. I think this looks pretty good. Now we come in and we put some snow on the cap, and that looks pretty perfect to me, honestly. And now we basically just gotta recolor in where the grass is gonna be. Let's turn off the distortion so that it actually goes where I'm trying to put it, like so. And I think that looks pretty good, honestly. And last but not least, we'll come in and brush it with some snow on the top to give it some more depth. I am really using that word a lot today, but honestly, that's pretty much what this is all about at the end of the day. And let's fill in these right here. And I mean, we got our terrain for the most part. I mean, this is basically what I'm looking for. Now, just to add in some flair, we'll go into the recipes, Now we can have 8 of these. And for the most part, we just want the grass. But we can kind of mix and match them. Gameplay grass. Let's see if we go to the grass menu. I don't really know which are the best ones. I guess just like alpine. All right. Now we come in and we just like litter these around. We just kind of litter these all around. And we got to turn on this setting right here that overrides the object view distance. Which usually makes it so that the grass doesn't despawn, but honestly, it's fine. Not a big deal. And this gives us a lot of space, honestly. Like, we might not even have to do the thing that I always, literally always do, where I cut down on the amount of a level that I'm working with. Because I always plan for like this super huge level, and I never even do it. I always end up cutting down because I detailed far too much. But this looks somewhat like what I'm trying to go for. I know it looks like trash right now. Bear with me. Because once we come in with this one, we'll just bring it to a shorter length. And we can kind of make it look a little bit better. And not so uniform. Yeah, you know what, man? Honestly, this is just a sketch. This is just for the beginning. First episode, just so that, you know, we know where things are going for the most part. We kind of want this just to be grass over here. I don't really like the alpine. It's a little bit too brown for my liking. So we can just switch that over to the mountain, I guess. And it's literally the same exact one. But it's fine. Honestly, we're not too worried about this right now. And it also makes sense that there's not snow on the ground, which is perfect. It's exactly what I'm looking for. Exactly what I'm looking for. Okay. Now, obviously, to you guys, this probably just looks like garbage. You know, it's like, dude, there's literally nothing here. But watch. As things progress, it'll start to look better and better. And honestly, you guys should have faith, because the last map I did, it ended up looking beautiful. So, you just gotta have trust in the process, pretty much. And now the last thing we're gonna do this episode is set our time of day and weather and etc, etc. So we'll just look like right here. Now gameplay wise, the time of day should be like over here. I think that gives it a nice look. And we're gonna have the ambient colors. I pretty much want this to be dead. Oh, I have to put 0.01, 0.01. Oh, I forgot that this basically just makes it super dark. That's how that works. Okay. You would think with 10,000 hours I would already know that, but you know. What we really got to do is put this to like 0.20. Put the green on like a 0.50. and the blue to a 0.75. Yeah, this gives it a nice cool look. Honestly, I would rather have more greens than blues for the most part. Yes, something like that. I guess this makes it look kind of teal, not very brown. If I wanted something brown, I would have to turn it like, what we could do is put this more down and this more up. Yeah, okay. Now, the clouds, we put it on Cyrus 5. No cloud shadow. We gotta put on some fog. We're gonna put it at like a 0.15. The minimum, well, the maximum height, we can put that up as well to 150. Max scattering, 0 extinction. And the color of the fog, I would like it to be basically where it is right now. We can put this down to 0.80. Backdrop, I don't know if we should have, well, honestly, yeah, that looks nice. That looks good. I like that. And then we gotta put the color filter. See, I was having this problem, this little dilemma last time I tried doing this, where I didn't know if I wanted it to be Himalayas. That increases like the contrast of everything, which I love. I pretty much use this on every single level. Or did I really want to go in with like the dead theme and just put it on, not that one, definitely not that one. I wanted to put it on the desaturated. Yes, there we go. And then just increase the color a little bit. Yeah, like at a 0.45. Now, obviously this looks very dead, but that's pretty much what I wanted. But it looks like too dead is the thing. Like if I can get this with like a I wish you could have more than one color filter is really my problem. Because with just this one, it looks very gray, and I want there to be contrast, you know? So that's the thing I don't really know how to fix for the most part. I guess I could turn this down. Let me just see what it looks like if I put it all down again. See, that actually kind of helps a lot. That kind of helps a lot. I actually like this now. If we turn down the occlusion a little bit, because realistically speaking, I'm also going to have there be a top fog. Because, okay guys, this is the vision basically. We are basically traversing this, we crashed, landed, and we're going through this like abandoned village from like the 1400s or something. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. And honestly, since it looks like this already, maybe instead of desaturated, we just go for the Himalayas. I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks perfect, actually. It is exactly what I'm looking for. And then we just have to... maybe just turn this down to 100. Or 50 even? Hmm. Oh, this is what this is doing. Okay. Oh, I'm trying to get like overcast skies, so that could stay like that, actually. Like something like that. And then this can go back up to 100. Or 200? 250? Well, oh, it's because of the scattering, isn't it? Let's put it back up to 200, 300, 500. Huh. I'm realizing I actually don't really know how this works too much. Okay, let's put it back up to 100 and then put this one down to 100. I think that's more along the lines of what I'm looking for. And then the top one needs to just go up a little bit. Yeah, something like this, although I still want it to be somewhat thick on the bottom. Yes. Like this is good. This is good. And we'll just make it a neutral color. And I think that looks pretty good, although it's a little too foggy down here. So we'll put it back down to a 0.10, a 0.15. Honestly, this is the worst part of the series, guys. Obviously, I should have saved, like, you know. You would think that, like, the first episode should be like the best one, but no. I mean, here we are changing numbers for like half an hour. But I promise. Once we start getting to the detailing part, it'll start getting better, 100%. But yeah, this is basically what I'm looking for. Very atmospheric and dark. I really wish you couldn't see like the peak. And I don't think there's really any way to change that unless I like went in and did this. But then it looks kind of like too gray, and then you can't see the background, which I think kind of sucks. Like, I would like to see the background. And you can only see it if I do it like up to there. Ah, it's fine. Honestly, it's whatever. We could just change this to be yeah, something like that. And we just make it a little less thick. I think that works. Like, you can see it in the background. It looks cold. It looks dead. I think this is a good spot to leave it at. For now. Obviously, I always do like some minor adjustments later on, so no real big deal there. And yeah, I mean, this is basically it. Let's just add some detailing over here. I want this mountain to look a little bit more interesting. More alive. There you go. And then you'll come out here and you'll see this. And then I kind of want to push this down a little bit to give this mountain some more of a view. And that'll be just this crazy cliff, and there you go. I mean, this is pretty much exactly what I'm looking for. Welcome to this start of a brand new level. I think this looks pretty good. I think this is a good starting point for what we're trying to go with over here. And obviously I will try to be very consistent with these uploads, and I want to I really want to finish this pretty quickly, because as soon as I finish this, I will be starting my Unreal Engine journey, which I am very excited about. Really excited to get that going. And with that, I will be, you know, spending a lot of time there and learning and you know, trying out new things or whatever. And with that being said, I mean, you know, obviously this is I hope that this level will be kind of quick to finish. I don't really expect to be spending a whole lot of time on it. At least I don't really hope to, because obviously I really want to start doing that ASAP. I want to start learning and doing what I need to do with it, but that's not to say that I'll be rushing it by any means. I want this to be a really good one. A nice little send-off for now, because obviously, like, this is still one of my favorite, like, it's just so casually, easily accessible to just come in and be creative on it. So that's why I don't really foresee myself just ditching it altogether, which is why I think I'll still be making content on this for times to come. But at least for now, I do want to call the quits on it. So and you know, try to do something else. So I'll be finishing this one. Hopefully make it a very good one to finish on, and we'll just see where the road takes us from there. But I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of our newest series. I know I kind of died a little bit on this episode. You know, I started off with a lot of energy, but my throat is killing me right now. I literally do not understand how people are able to just yap and yap and yap for hours doing these kind of videos. I really don't get it, but I kind of hope that over time I'll get better at it, and each of these episodes will get easier and easier to do, and I'll also be more entertaining throughout them. So, you know, obviously I hope you guys stick through and keep watching till the end. This is going to be a really fun one. I'm really excited to, I mean, we've already made more progress on this one than I did on the first like 6 episodes of the last episode on the last series. So I feel like we're going to be, you know, doing stuff quickly. Next episode, I'm already going to start detailing the first area of the map. I'll be putting the plane crash, starting off this whole area basically. You know what, last but not least, let me add some trees. I think we're going to go with like a pine tree kind of look. So we'll just go with like we'll go with the hemlock low, or the medium, or the low. Hemlock low, and we'll just add this so that, you know, it looks a little bit more, it looks filled out at least a little bit. And, you know, let's see. I mean, already, guys, this looks good. This looks good. I'm liking the way this is looking already. It also looks really big, but I think that's just the trees. Like, these trees are very small. At least I hope so, because like, just looking at this right now, it looks like there's a lot of space we have to work with. Obviously, this whole area should just be fields. I'm really hoping that I can actually stick with what I'm saying here and actually do it properly. But let's just add a couple more trees in here. I do want to add some snow trees. The snow hemlock, or like the small spruce low. And these will kind of litter up here as well. Just kind of mix them in there, you know. There you go. And last but not least, we'll add one more that's like a pine tree, like the pandarosas. And we'll add the medium ones. Just for some diversity. Just for diversity's sake, pretty much. And I think this is looking pretty good. There you go. So bam, this is where we will be starting our journey. Already it looks very cool. The idea is going to be that we will start with like a very we're gonna crash land basically in the middle of nowhere. I want the player to have to like just crawl through some forests before they see anything interesting, which is going to be basically how we tackle this first area. I want you to be in here. We'll put the crash landing literally like right here. You're going to be surrounded by these rocks, and you will have to essentially walk your way through here. And I want this to be very foresty. And then we'll have like a house or something here, some smaller POIs, and a little bit more forest, and then you'll eventually come out through here. And here it'll be like a little open world, and you can like come up here, there'll be like something around there, and just like this big field with like some trees sprinkled in there to add some nice depth to it all. More depth, you know how much I love depth. Some stuff to explore up there. You go around here, and you end up just leaving through like a boat on this side somewhere, and that'll be that. But yeah, there you go, guys. So that's it. This is what we're gonna end it on today. I think this is a pretty long episode. Let's see, 58 minutes, perfect. I will try to shoot for basically an hour each episode. Yeah, like we made a lot of progress today, I would say. This is looking really good. One last thing I wanted to change real quick is that I know that there's a snow and grass brown kind of texture. Let me look for it real quick. Here it is. Grass snow 3. There you go. I think that looks a lot better for our little winter wonderland that we're building out. And there you go. There you have it. I'll end it there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And oh, don't forget to subscribe.